Hi everyone, welcome back to this week weekly market update. So let's take a look at what's happening and a quick update for every one of you as well on the coming up market. So do take note, coming week on the Monday itself is a public holiday for the US market. So it's a 4-day trading weeks on next week itself. So do take note, don't be surprised if let's say your stocks did not move on Monday itself. Alright, it's the public holiday in the US side. So let's take a look at what's happening on last Friday itself. We can see that finally, after a couple of weeks or couple of days of downside, we can see a rally in all three indices itself. All right, of course, putting Nasdaq aside, we know what is happening on Nasdaq, especially on the Nvidia, right? So if you've been following me closely, you can see that based on the chart, right, out of the three indices, I'll be talking about Nasdaq being on the bullish side, correct? Nasdaq on being on the bullish side, and I put a warning last week saying that we are actually at the resistance level itself. Can we see that? It's the second area. I didn't redraw this thing. I draw last week. All right, so we just have to revisit. So worried profit taking may cause downside, hitting recent resistance level, which I mentioned here, or otherwise, if we break above the 14,000, which is here, the second purple line, we should see the next resistance level at the 61.8%. Indeed, the price surged even higher, getting closer to the 61.8%, which is the 14,444. Okay, you can put triple or 4 up to you. All right, anyway, it's around 61.8%. But this hype is mainly thanks to Nvidia, as we know what is happening. If not, please go and Google what happened to Nvidia. Good earnings report. Thanks to AI. That's why it also blink related stocks such as AI, which is my darling, which I mentioned before things happen. All right, before things happen. All right, let's take a look. Grandmother story. Telling time. Let's take a look what is happening. So since 12 Feb, when ChatGPT launched, I mentioned a couple of run, hit, and then come down again, and then where's the guy? I think yes, this capital, alright. Carisdale Capital, I don't know. It's just a fund house actually shorted. Alright, go and Google. They shorted. They announced report say that they have fraud earnings, whatever. They shorted, and that caused the whole shares to actually tumble down again. But it's well supported. Alright, so then the price continued surge, and on last Friday it surged higher with a good volume itself. So last Friday closing 15, almost 60% upside, close near to 32.94, close to $33. So first question, please hashtag them if you want to, and question them, right? Question them, the fund house, are you still holding your short right now? Or perhaps they are the one that provide the short squeeze. They got short squeeze and then causing the price to rally even higher. So where is my first resistance? No change. If you read my first report that I actually written on 12 Feb, if you have been following me and you have been holding on it, a big congratulations on you yourself. The IPO price is where we are targeting. $42 is the first area. I'm going to say a big gap of $10 jump possible. Otherwise, we'll see 52. So this is what I mentioned based on the chart. Fuel price to do dollar cost averaging. If you pick it up at 22, 20, 18, or 15, there's many times that the price came across this fuel area. This is where I mentioned. So you see how many times where it came after that. 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, even the 15. Alright, even the 16 or 18. If you get it, you didn't get a 15, 18. There's so many times. Alright, so if you miss it, then too sad to say. But if you sell along the way, at least there's profit. Alright, so did I sell along the way? Yes, I did. Alright, so up to you guys whether you want to go all the way to 42 or you did profit taking or partial profit taking. But I think AI is the trend right now. As you can see, when there is a start of the kick trend, just like back then when EV started, how Tesla actually bring the hype of Neo, Xpeng, there's so many, right? So this is what happened when the EV start to rally, this whole thing. Alright, so right now where is Neo standing? After 2 years later or 3 years later, we are back to square one. Alright, we are back to square one. So what I'm trying to say is that Yes, fundamentally the stock may not be strong, but they are improving their business, and the trend is that everyone is trying to have this FOMO, right? FOMO is a very powerful, pusher or a factor that actually push the market, because what really moves the market is not fundamental. Perhaps it's 30% technical. Ultimately, it's the money that moves the market, right? Is if you guys know, if you have been staying in the stock for so long, you guys know what is happening on GameStop, what is happening on AMC. This kind of company has been speculated, by Radix, Warriors, Rocket, Fuel, correct? So what causes this? Is it a good fundamental? From all the way $4 to 110? No, it's actually the money. Everyone keep buying, for more fear of missing out, and that's why it caused the market to rally even higher. But for AI, I can see this is a game. Firstly, it's the game trend industry. Secondly, it's because uh FOMO. All right, definitely there's a FOMO missing out. Thirdly, I think their business is picking up. That is why there is a higher chance for it to go even higher. Of course, related company that is have chances to actually follow up due to AI. Another one is Big Bear AI. All right, Big Bear AI. Of course, to be frank, these three these three company fundamental is not good. If you are going to be follow like what Warren Buffett, go and look at portfolio, look at their statement, all these, then stay away from all these shares. If you want to buy as a chance, buy as a hope of the future industry and things is coming up, then you enter with a small amount of your risk itself. All right, like Big Bear, like GFI. So sorry, give me a second. All right, so uh, GFAI. So this is also one. This is what I mentioned previously, right? So this is the gambling. It actually break out. Can you see that? Anyone who took it, congrats. Right now the price back to square one again. All right. So support at 7 upside. This is previously I mentioned, right? So right now where are we? We are below the support area. Of course the AI did rally, but this one isn't. All right, but I mean, it's up to individual. If you want to put like a small 0.1%, 1% of your capital to raise it as a jackpot, up to you guys. All right, risk is definitely there, but the upside is fantastic. All right, so if let's say AI continue to grow, and people will try to tend to look for any related AI stocks, uh, there is chance for GFAI to fly one more time. All right, so this is what I'm mentioning. So let's take down some stuff. Otherwise, I don't know, I mentioned it before. All right, so if AI continue to trend higher, chances for GFAI may have more upside, high risk. All right, so up to you guys to decide later. I'm so sorry, today is 27 May. All right, so this is what I'm looking. This is definitely no longer there. All right, no longer there. So we are more on the upside over here. All right, so I mean, this is just a gambling stock. If you want to follow, you follow. All right. So apologize that I go directly to the chart today. Let's go back to what's happening on the news itself. All right. There are a couple of things which I make that I regretted as well. Or I make some foolish mistake. Of course, I am human as well, right? But do remember to rectify what is the issue that you make. Okay. So firstly, Intel and American Express actually rose higher. But for Intel, right, I did mention that lah. I mean, previously if you have been following me closely, this is what I'm saying for Intel. All right, it actually came below the day before, which is Thursday, and Friday it spiked up and it covered back the gap. So yes, we can see that Nvidia is breaking all-time high. We can see that AMD is breaking all-time high. I mean, AMD is coming back. All right, AMD is coming back. Haven't reached the all-time high, but it's coming back again. We can see the very strong breakout after the $100. Thanks to Nvidia, it bring up the whole chips industry. Not only on that, even for Micron, it also helped to hit my other TP level, which is the 73, my final TP level, as you can see. Okay, but for Intel, it getting slowly. All right, but however, if let's say, I mean, I can continue to choose to hold on, but I can actually spot another chip maker is Qualcomm's. If you guys want QCOM, can put it to the watch list. I think this is kind of like decent, uh, big market cap counter. We are actually close to the resistance support level. All right, we are close to the resistance support level. So firstly, I think there might be more upside for these certain stocks. Where's my arrow? All right, there is more upside on these certain stocks. Okay, so but do take note, if the following weeks or the thereafter, anyone start to profit taking on Nvidia, all right, it may show some weakness sign on the chip itself. These few stocks may have chance to drop slightly a little bit. But if you are looking for slightly longer terms, then you may want to hold on a little bit longer for it. All right, so it's ultimately what is your time frame and what is your gameplay on it. Let's talk about Nvidia. Everyone is talking about it. All right, so let's join the game, right? All right, this is very very long time ago. Nvidia have reached 389, which is all time high. All right, which is all time high. This gap is so fantastic, right? Why? Due to the fantastic earnings report that came out. All right, so it kept up, and then following day, congrats, it continued to go higher, but it didn't show another higher because I believe 24% is really a good cap up for this Nvidia itself. So where is the target then? All right, firstly, psychological level 400. Is there room to go up? Yes. All right. Is there room to go up? Yes, definitely. Psychological level 400 is one level. Second, all right. Second, everyone has a dream. What is a dream? If let's say you're Nvidia, they wish to see Nvidia to turn to the $1 trillion company again. All right. Correct or not? Everyone hope that it catch up Apple, this kind of shares, right? So resistant. Okay. So market cap hit 1 trillion company, warning sign. Warning sign, all right, it may, it may actually have some penetrations, but that is where you get warning sign. I think right now it's getting to there. All right, maybe 400 is getting, I didn't calculate. Second, $400 whole figure level. All right, so whole figure. Okay, so this is the resistance level we are going to watch out closely. Along the way, I bet and I 100% believe there will be profit taking along the way. All right, is where who is the last fool to get out before it crash. But fundamentally, technically, is wrong. All right, so if you want to partially sell or left 10% of your portfolio, continue right by all means. Okay, so this is for Nvidia play. All right, let's go back to the news again. So sorry to jump around. All right, so things to watch out as well. Debt ceiling, right? Debt ceiling could default as soon as 1st of June. Okay, but I think they just mentioned that it's 6th of June. I think they buy some times for them to debate on this debt ceiling. To be frank, do you really believe US will default? I mean, it's like a fairy tales, right? Definitely the debt will be increased, but after increase, what is the things on funding it, recovery? That is where the important part came along. So right now, to the date where they decide, there might be a lot of noise in between, but everyone, I think, do not believe, do not believe the default will come true. All right, it's like a fairy tales thing. So ultimately, to me, if there's any pullback, I think uh, if your risk reward is there, it's always good to look at the upside instead. All right, so that is what I mean. Okay, so let's go into the charting itself. So what other chart am I going to share? Okay, so next I'm going to share on this counter called JD. I think I shared many, and I also give some signal. Okay, so this is the mistake I make. Firstly, let's take a look at the daily chart. Okay, I mentioned my stop loss is at 33. Okay, I got stop out. Frankly, if not, I got stop out. All right, but after reviewing the whole things, after I do all my study, I decided to pick it up again. Okay, so this is my mistake. So right now I'm going to say 27 May 2023, stop out. All right, stop out at 33. Decided to join in again. Okay, so this is what I mean. Of course, I won't put all the level, but I decided to join in again. Couple of reasons lah. All right, so I think the earnings is pretty decent, and the trend is, I mean, it's at the low side, but fundamentally it's strong. Secondly, I think you know Hang Seng and China might be oversold, so I would like to accumulate these shares as my long-term investment as for now. So that's why I decided to join in the game again, and then we will see how it moves on the subsequently earnings report for JD itself. Being reason, as you can see, Pinduoduo is also a Chinese company. The earnings report came out last night. Fantastic, strong growth, kept up almost close to 19%, as you can see. All right, and that is why I decided to join back to JD, and hopefully after all their stocks, their sector speak, their whichever, everything is going to come down, and then JD will continue right higher. All right, because ultimately the firm is still making money itself. So JD, yes, will be in my portfolio right now. Next counter we will be looking at, I think is SIA Singapore shares. Okay, SIA Singapore Air Flight. Oops, sorry, cancel. I think let me do some charting. All right, so 6th of May, which is somewhere 2 weeks ago, I mentioned, or 3 weeks ago, watch out, the register is $6.45. Indeed, we reached there. All right, indeed, we reached there. So if let's say you hold on to SIA, congratulations. I think it's very positive news for SIA itself. Uh, if you did not enter, then join me to see and watch the game to go. All right. So I also did not enter SIA, but I can say what I enter, what I'm not enter. There's no harm. So that's why just be transparent. All right. Next counter, we know that anything that talk about AI actually jump up. So you see how's the power of AI, right? This is a good earnings report. All right, not fantastic but decent. But the company announced is due to related to AI. All right, you guys can go and read. I think yes. So all right, you guys can go and read. Adopt artificial intelligence again. Anything related to AI, you can see what is happening to it. Get up all the way. How many percent is this? 32%. All right. I'm not saying that asking you guys to chase in. Please do not chase in. All right. I'm not asking you guys to chase in. So, uh, not to chase in anything related to AI will have a good right. All right. So this is what I'm trying to say. So I'm not asking you guys to chase in. So just be careful. All right. So let me see what else am I sharing. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna share with you guys is actually Tiger. I think Tiger and Futu, which is the Momo platform, both platform will not be that great after all. Main reason I think if you guys are not aware of, do read up. Futu and Tiger to remove China trading apps as regulatory pressure mount. Alright, unless they remove. Okay, but to be frank, broker is very saturated at the moment. Um, if they do not have the mainland business, it will definitely affect them, right? I mean in long run. So to me, if it affect the business model, I will always look for chance to exit right now. Okay, so we can see that it actually break below the $2.70 support, and there is hovering around here. So yeah, so that's my thinking. I will not go into this unless the Chinese business is back again. So no more on Tiger itself. All right, last review. Let's look at Hang Seng Index. All right, pretty bad, pretty bad. Okay, so this is what I mentioned, 30 April, close above 20K. We will see 200 days moving average. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so good sign of bullish for Hang Seng. So this is what I mentioned previously, right? But things go worse. All right, it go hit wire. Okay, the price start to drop, and it dropped below 20,000, dropped below the 61.8% Fibonacci, dropped below the 200 days. This line is the 200-day moving average. So, and there goes the market continue go downside. All right, and it actually break below the 50% Fibonacci level, 18,700. And right now, to be frank, if you base on technical perspective, we can see some descending triangle with a breakdown. All right, good high volume. So this is what I'm pretty concerned and worried on Chinese related stocks, but hopefully we can see some force. All right, some force breakdown before the market right up again. Okay, so let's do some writing here. So today is 27 May 2023. All right, hopefully to see force break down and go up above, go above 50% Fibo to recover. Alright, so this is what I mentioned right now. Okay, so this is the Fibo. Right now, Fibo at 50 is at 18,700. So hopefully to go above 50, this is 18,700. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. Otherwise, okay, watch out. Next support at 38.2%, which is, let me take a look, 17,700. Okay, so this is what I'm mentioning. Okay, so let's see on next week how will the Hang Seng market move then. Okay, so that's all for this week weekly market update. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Remember to share and like and follow me as well. My Facebook page, especially on my Telegram. Sometimes I go fast update will be over there itself. So a couple of things which I shared, like for PayPal, I think it go even lower. Go and take a look at your chart. All right, I don't go through. Just take a look at your chart. All right, so this is what I mentioned. Micron, it actually hit. Correct. Just now I mentioned at the early part of my video, it hit the 73 thanks to Nvidia. Right, thanks to AI. Next, this is what I mentioned on Nasdaq. Also, if you have been following me, break 14,000. Right now it's close to 14,400. I think there's a 300 points for you guys to eat if you have managed to watch this video last week itself. All right, so many things to share, but can't share everything in 1 week. All right, so hopefully you guys stay tuned and share with you guys more next week again. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.